Hey there, everyone! Welcome back to our Figures of Speech for the Mind series, where we dive into the power of authenticity, growth, and genuine connection. Today, we're excited to share with you the insights from Volume 8, titled Quotes Edition. In a world where validation often hinges on external approval, staying true to oneself is a rare and invaluable act. Many chase fleeting attention or compare themselves to others, yet true fulfillment comes from within. As the spotlight fades, only self-growth and authenticity remain steadfast. This edition is a testament to the importance of embracing our true selves and fostering genuine connections with others. We hope these quotes inspire you to be your best self and build meaningful relationships.
People often seek attention as a way to feel validated, but a truly authentic person focuses on their own growth and fulfillment. True confidence comes from within, not from the approval of others. Attention fades, but self-growth lasts a lifetime. Focus inward, not outward. Authenticity isn't about being seen, it's about being true to yourself. Validation from others is fleeting, self-worth comes from within. An authentic soul doesn't chase attention, they cultivate purpose. The loudest voice in the room often masks the quiet strength of authenticity. Growth thrives in silence, not in the spotlight. True fulfillment isn't found in applause, it's found in alignment with your values. Authenticity means choosing self-discovery over external validation. Chasing attention is temporary, nurturing growth is eternal. When you focus on growing, you no longer need to be seen, you'll simply shine. You can't grow if you're constantly chasing someone who's only seeking attention. True growth comes from focusing on yourself and investing your energy in people and pursuits that genuinely add value to your life. Growth begins where attention-seeking ends. Invest in yourself, not in chasing others. You can't bloom in a garden where the only sunlight is someone else's fleeting attention. Chasing attention seekers keeps you running in circles. Growth is found in stillness and self-focus. You'll never find your worth in someone who only values the spotlight. True progress happens when you stop running after others and start walking your own path. Attention fades, but self-growth lasts forever. Choose wisely where you invest your time. Don't dim your light chasing someone who only thrives in the shadows of validation. You can't elevate yourself while anchoring your worth to someone else's fleeting gaze. Stop chasing people who crave attention. Start chasing your own potential. True growth comes when you let go of the need to be needed by the wrong people. Fear must take a back seat for growth to take the wheel. True progress begins when courage drives the journey. When growth is in the driver's seat, fear becomes a passenger. Growth thrives when fear is silenced by the courage to move forward. Fear can only lead you to stagnation. Growth takes you to new horizons. Let growth steer your journey and leave fear behind. The path to growth is clear once you let go of the reins of fear. Fear may try to hold you back, but growth is the force that moves you forward. True growth happens when you push fear aside and let your potential lead. Fear doesn't own the wheel, growth does. Step into growth and watch fear fade into the background. Growth is the destination, fear is just a detour on the way.
Genuine representation has the power to dismantle negative stereotypes, fostering understanding and unity. When all voices are truly heard, misconceptions fade away. True representation erases stereotypes, replacing them with understanding and unity. When every voice is authentically heard, negative stereotypes lose their power. Genuine representation is the antidote to the poison of stereotypes. Only through true representation can we break the chains of misconception and build unity. Stereotypes fade when we see each other for who we truly are. Representation isn't just visibility, it's the foundation of breaking stereotypes. The more we see ourselves in others, the less room there is for misunderstanding. Genuine representation opens hearts and minds, dismantling walls of prejudice. When we represent each other authentically, stereotypes have no place to grow. In a world of true representation, stereotypes are no longer allowed to define us. Black media plays a crucial role in reshaping narratives and breaking down stereotypes. By showcasing authentic stories, it helps build a more inclusive and accurate understanding of diverse experiences. Black media is the bridge that connects authentic stories to a world in need of truth. By amplifying Black voices, media reshapes the narrative and breaks down barriers of misconception. Black media doesn't just tell stories, it redefines perceptions and challenges stereotypes. Through the lens of Black media, we see a fuller, truer picture of the world. Black media is the force that transforms negative stereotypes into empowering narratives. Authentic Black media is a powerful tool in the fight against ignorance and stereotypes. When Black voices are heard in the media, stereotypes crumble and understanding grows. Black media is more than representation, it's a movement toward truth and justice. The power of Black media lies in its ability to rewrite narratives and shift perspectives. Through Black media, we uncover the stories that dismantle stereotypes and build bridges of understanding. The worst teammates turn collaboration into competition by measuring their accomplishments against yours. True teamwork is about lifting each other up, not tearing each other down. A true teammate measures success by the team's growth, not their own scoreboard. Collaboration fails when comparison becomes the focus. The strongest teams rise when individuals stop competing and start contributing. Teammates who compare accomplishments miss the point of working together. A competitive mindset in teamwork turns potential allies into obstacles. The worst teammates focus on winning alone instead of achieving together.
Success is a shared victory, not a comparison of individual achievements. In true collaboration, there's no place for measuring worth through competition. Teams thrive on unity, not on rivalry disguised as teamwork. The best teammates inspire, the worst compare. To truly connect with genuine people, you must stop measuring your worth through comparisons of accomplishments. Focus instead on building meaningful relationships rooted in authenticity and mutual respect. True connections are built on authenticity, not a scoreboard of achievements. The value of a person isn't measured by accomplishments, but by the depth of their character. When you stop comparing, you start appreciating the beauty in others and yourself. Genuine relationships thrive in spaces free from competition. Comparison blinds you to the authenticity that creates meaningful connections. Your worth isn't found in a trophy, it's discovered in the way you treat others. Let go of comparisons and make room for real, lasting connections. A genuine heart will always outshine along our sum. Stop keeping score. Real people don't come with numbers. Connection flourishes when comparison fades. A high subscriber count doesn't equate to making a real impact or being a genuine person. True value lies in the quality of the help you provide and the authenticity you bring to others. True impact isn't measured by numbers, but by the lives you touch. Subscribers may boost your ego, but authenticity builds trust. Helping others isn't about how many follow you, but how many feel seen and supported. Genuine influence comes from the heart, not from follower stats. A large audience doesn't guarantee a meaningful message. The value of your work is in its impact, not its popularity. Numbers fade, but authenticity leaves a lasting legacy. Being real matters more than being followed. Subscribers can see your content. Authenticity lets them feel your purpose. Impact is measured by how you make others feel, not how many clicks. Subscribe. Temporary inspiration may spark a moment of motivation, but true long-term growth comes from consistent effort and lasting commitment. Rediscover the beauty of life by letting go of comparison culture. Embrace your unique journey and find joy in being authentically you. Comparison steals the joy of your unique journey. Life becomes vibrant again when you stop measuring it against others. Your story is too unique to be compared to anyone else's. Let go of comparisons and watch your life bloom with authenticity. Happiness grows when you stop counting what others have. You'll find life fascinating when you start focusing on your own path. The beauty of life lies in your individuality, not in the shadow of someone else. Comparison dims the light of your own potential. Let it go to shine
Celebrate
brighter.
yourself, not the idea of who you think you should be. When you stop comparing, you start truly living. Those who lead with their subscriber count often attract the most superficial connections. True relationships are built on authenticity, not numbers. When numbers come first, depth comes last. Subscribers can follow, but only authenticity can connect. True connections are born from honesty, not from a tally of followers. Chasing numbers leads to shallow bonds. Chasing real connections creates depth. In the pursuit of followers, don't forget the value of meaningful relationships. Subscriber counts don't measure real influence, authenticity does. The most meaningful connections aren't counted, they're felt. Focus on authenticity, not popularity, for deeper, lasting relationships. True influence comes from character, not clicks. Numbers may fill your inbox, but only genuine connections fill your heart. The less you compare, the more you'll appreciate your own journey and develop resilience in the face of rejection. Comparison fades when you focus on the value of your own path. Embrace your journey, and rejection becomes just another step forward. The more you stop comparing, the stronger you become in handling rejection. Your journey is unique. Stop comparing it and start appreciating it. When you stop measuring your path against others, you build resilience against rejection. Comparison weakens appreciation. Embrace your journey to grow stronger. Rejection is easier to face when you're focused on your own progress. The less you compare, the more you realize how far you've come. Strength grows when you stop comparing and start embracing your own journey. Let go of comparisons and watch rejection become a catalyst for growth. People often become defensive when they realize they've been comparing their accomplishments to others, as it exposes their insecurities and need for validation. Defensiveness is often the mask worn when insecurities are exposed. When comparison is the goal, validation becomes the defense. The more you compare, the harder it is to face your own insecurities. People defend their comparisons because admitting insecurity is harder than being right. Defensiveness is the shield that protects the ego from the truth of comparison. The fear of being less than others makes us defensive when our comparisons are exposed. Behind every defensive reaction lies an insecurity struggling for validation. The moment you stop comparing, you stop needing to defend your worth. Defending comparisons only reveals how deeply we seek approval. Insecurity fuels comparison. Defensiveness hides the truth beneath it. While they focus on comparing subscriber counts, I'm busy growing authentically and building real connections. True growth comes from authenticity, not from chasing numbers.
I'll take organic growth over artificial comparisons any day. While others count subscribers, I focus on cultivating meaningful connections. Numbers don't define success, genuine growth does. I'm not racing for a follower count. I'm building a real community. Comparing numbers won't grow you, but being authentic will. While they focus on the scoreboard, I'm focused on the journey. Real connections are cultivated, not counted. Authentic growth is slow, steady, and meaningful, unlike the rush for numbers. Success isn't in the count, it's in the value you bring. Support celebrates growth, while comparison reduces worth to numbers and status. True growth isn't a competition, it's a personal evolution. Support uplifts, comparison divides. Measuring success by money or status leaves growth behind. Growth isn't about outshining others, it's about lighting your own path. Support is recognizing progress, comparison is focusing on who's ahead. When you compare, you lose sight of your own journey. Celebrating growth is empowering, comparing it is limiting. True success is measured by progress, not by how you rank against others. Elevate yourself, and let others do the same without comparison. A constant cycle of comparisons keeps people trapped in unhealthy relationships, preventing growth and true connection. Comparing keeps you stuck. True connection comes from embracing individuality. Endless comparisons create barriers, not bridges in relationships. When you compare, you miss the opportunity to truly grow together. Relationships thrive when you stop comparing and start connecting. The cycle of comparison keeps you in a loop, while growth comes from acceptance. True love and growth happen when you let go of comparison and embrace the present. Comparisons blur the beauty of your unique connection. Breaking free from comparison is the first step toward building healthy, authentic relationships. Stuck in comparison, you lose sight of what truly matters in a relationship. Comparing keeps you in the past. Embracing the present allows you to move forward. The moment you stop comparing yourself to others is the moment you free yourself from the grip of jealousy and envy, allowing your heart to find peace and fulfillment. When you stop comparing, you stop carrying the weight of jealousy and envy. Freedom from comparison is the gateway to peace and fulfillment in your heart. Let go of comparisons and make room for peace, joy, and self-acceptance. The moment you stop measuring your worth against others is the moment you find true contentment. True fulfillment comes when you embrace your journey without comparing it to anyone else's. Release the comparison, embrace your own path, and discover the peace within. Jealousy fades when you focus on your own growth instead of comparing to others.
Comparisons steal your joy. Choose peace. Choose yourself. The future of connection isn't on the phone, it's in the moments we share in person, on social media, or through meaningful texts. Talking on the phone is yesterday's vibe. Let's meet where the world meets online, in person, or in real time. Why settle for a call when we can share a story, a text, or a live moment? Connection evolves, so should we. Modern connection means more than phone calls. It's about being present where life happens, in person, on stream, or through a message. Keep it real. Keep it now. Social media, live streams, or a heartfelt text beat a phone call every time. Connection is evolving. Social media, live streams, and heartfelt texts are the new conversation starters. Why talk when you can share? Social media and live streams keep us closer than any call ever could. Keep it real, keep it instant. Texts and live streams speak louder than words on a phone call. In a world of endless ways to connect, phone calls feel like a relic of the past. Let's move forward together. Life is lived just like our connections should be. Social media and texts keep the vibe alive. Ditch the phone calls, let's connect in real time, where memories are made and shared. Talking on the phone is old school. Live streams and messages keep us in the moment. Authenticity is the new luxury. Let's connect where it counts, beyond outdated phone calls. Constantly being on the phone can strip conversations of their authenticity. I'd rather connect in ways that feel more genuine, whether it's in person, through thoughtful texts, or on platforms that let us truly express ourselves. True connection doesn't need a constant phone call, it thrives on authenticity. Conversations lose their magic when tied to a phone. Let's make them meaningful again. Real talk happens where authenticity lives, not where the phone rings. The more time spent on the phone, the less room for genuine connection. Authenticity isn't found in a constant call, it's felt in honest moments. Put the phone down. Real connection deserves more than a screen. Less phone, more heart. Choose authenticity over routine calls. Let your words matter more than your minutes on the line. Step away from the phone and into authentic connection. A true bond doesn't rely on constant calls, it grows in moments that matter. Waiting for a phone call feels like chasing validation from others. True self-worth comes from within. Own it, don't outsource it. Validation isn't in a ringtone. It's in your reflection. Stop waiting for the call. Start listening to your worth. Self-worth isn't dialed in, it's discovered within. Don't let a missed call define your value. The strongest connection you'll ever have is with yourself. Chasing validation is a call you'll never need to answer. Hang up on seeking approval. Your worth is internal. True confidence doesn't wait for a call, it calls the shots. Validation isn't found on the other line, it's found in your own mind. Your worth isn't waiting on anyone's dial tone. You don't need to compare everyone else's relationship style to your own. Focus on your personal growth and embrace your unique journey. Your journey is yours alone. Comparison only clouds the path. Let others love in their way while you focus on growing in yours. Relationships aren't a competition. Find what nurtures your soul. Comparison steals clarity. Embrace your unique relationship path. Love blooms differently for everyone. Tend to your own garden. Some people sound genuinely overwhelmed these days. Remember, you don't have to understand or compare everyone else's accomplishments to find joy in your own life. In a world full of noise, protect your peace and focus on your own path. Life isn't a race. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. You don't have to carry the weight of the world. Focus on lightening your own load. Comparison drains joy. Let others have their moment while you create yours. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, just don't forget to prioritize your own happiness. The more you compare your accomplishments to others, the more power you give them over your life. Focus on your journey and spend your time wisely. Comparison hands control of your happiness to someone else. Take it back. Every second spent comparing is a second stolen from your own growth. Your journey is unique. Don't let someone else's path define your worth. True power comes from focusing on your own progress, not someone else's success. Stop measuring your life by others' milestones, live by your own values. Growth happens where trust replaces control. Micromanagement stifles potential, trust unlocks it. People flourish in environments that foster freedom, not fear. Empowerment fuels learning, not constant oversight. The best leaders guide, not control. They inspire growth through trust. True leaders don't settle into their ego, they push beyond it and continue to grow. Leadership begins where ego ends and growth begins. True leaders rise above their ego and evolve with every challenge. The strongest leaders choose growth over the comfort of their ego. Ego limits, but growth transforms. True leaders know the difference. Leadership is a journey of humility, not a destination for the ego. Let go of your past expectations of others. It's key to protecting your mental health and finding peace. Release the weight of past expectations to make room for your own peace. Let go of what you expect from others and embrace what you deserve for yourself. Free yourself from the burden of expectations. True peace begins within. Expectations of others can drain your energy. Focus on nurturing your own well-being. Release the past's expectations and watch your mental health flourish. People often seek validation through phone calls because their expectations are too high. The reality is, those who constantly seek external validation often struggle to earn the respect they desire, making it unrealistic to expect others not to play games with them. People who believe they have everything figured out often struggle to embrace life's ongoing learning experiences. When we think we know it all, we close ourselves off to growth and miss out on the lessons that help us evolve. True wisdom comes from staying open and appreciating the journey of continuous discovery. When you think you have it all figured out, you miss the lessons that life is constantly offering. True growth happens not in certainty, but in the willingness to keep learning. The moment we believe we know it all, we stop evolving and start stagnating. Life's greatest lessons often come after we let go of the illusion that we've figured it all out. Embrace the unknown. It's where the real learning and transformation happen. Those who think they've reached the end of the journey are blind to the endless discoveries along the way. Gratitude for life's lessons comes from the humility of realizing we never stop learning. The more we think we know, the less we see how much there is yet to understand. Don't forget to add self-talk to your vocabulary. It's essential for overcoming the struggle of comparing your accomplishments to others. The only competition that matters is the one with my past self. Every step forward is my own victory.
I trust my journey and honor my progress, knowing that my path is uniquely mine. Comparison steals my peace. I choose to celebrate my growth instead. I am enough, just as I am, and my worth isn't measured by anyone else's timeline. My accomplishments are valid because they reflect my dedication, not someone else's pace. I release the need to compare. My journey is exactly where it needs to be. Every achievement, big or small, is a step toward becoming the best version of myself. I trust my instincts and embrace my progress, knowing I am exactly where I need to be. Self-growth is a personal experience. I don't need validation from anyone but myself. I choose to celebrate my journey instead of comparing it to someone else's chapter. The ultimate goal of learning is to embrace it as an ongoing journey, not a destination. True mastery lies in understanding that the process of learning never ends. Each discovery leads to new questions, and every step forward opens the door to deeper understanding. Growth thrives in curiosity, and wisdom comes from the willingness to remain a lifelong student. True teamwork thrives when it respects individual freedom and autonomy. Collaboration should empower, not constrain, each person's unique contributions and choices. True teamwork is built on mutual respect, where collaboration enhances freedom, not limits it. A team flourishes when individuality is honored and free will is never compromised. The strength of a team lies in empowering each member to contribute authentically. Collaboration shines brightest when it uplifts, not suppresses, individual autonomy. Teamwork succeeds when it values both unity and personal freedom. A true team balances collective goals with the power of individual choice. The essence of teamwork is synergy, not sacrifice of free will. Teams thrive not by controlling members but by empowering their independence. Respect for free will transforms collaboration into authentic teamwork. True collaboration celebrates individuality while achieving common goals. True learning is infinite. Every answer leads to another question. The beauty of learning lies in the endless paths it unveils. Wisdom grows not from reaching an end but from walking the road of curiosity. Every lesson learned is a doorway to a new adventure. The mind flourishes when it embraces learning as a lifelong quest. Learning has no finish line. It's a journey of infinite horizons. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. Growth begins when you see learning as a habit, not a goal.
In the journey of learning, each step holds its own treasure. To learn is to live fully, endlessly discovering the unknown. You are a lifelong discovery. Make time to learn and grow with yourself. The journey within is endless. Invest time in discovering who you are. Self-discovery is a lifelong process. Honor it by making time for yourself. Growth begins when you create space to understand yourself. You are your greatest project. Dedicate time to your evolution. Learning about yourself is the foundation of all growth. Never stop. In the chaos of life, find moments to connect with your true self. Your inner world deserves as much attention as the outer one. Explore it. The more you learn about yourself, the more life unfolds in clarity. You are a masterpiece in progress. Pause and appreciate the process. Self-awareness is a lifelong lesson worth every moment of your time. I'm so grateful I've outgrown the need to compare my accomplishments. I'd rather embrace solitude than waste energy comparing accomplishments. True peace comes from focusing on my own journey. Solitude is empowering when it frees you from the trap of comparison. True strength lies in valuing your own path over others' approval. Peace is found in self-focus, not in the noise of comparison. I'd rather stand alone in authenticity than join the crowd in comparison. Accomplishments mean more when they're measured by your own standards. Freedom begins where comparison ends. Embracing solitude is a declaration of self-worth. The quiet of solitude is far more rewarding than the chaos of comparison. In solitude, I find the clarity to honor my unique journey. Success isn't about standing above others, but standing firm in your own truth. Your income only matters to those who see a chance to profit from it. People don't ask how much you make out of curiosity, they ask out of interest. The only ones who care about your earnings are the ones who want to share. When people care about your success, it's often because they see themselves in it. Your wealth is less interesting to others unless it serves their own agenda. They rarely celebrate your success, they're more interested in how it serves them. True support is about you, not your paycheck. Your value isn't in what you earn, but in how you're perceived to share. People's curiosity about your income often comes with strings attached. When they ask about your wealth, it's not always about admiration, it's about opportunity.
Many people who appear confident are simply measuring their accomplishments against others. Confidence is one of the easiest traits to fake and the hardest to truly embody. True confidence comes from within, everything else is just an illusion. It's easy to wear the mask of confidence, but living it takes real work. Confidence isn't about appearances, it's about alignment with your true self. Faking confidence is simple, but building it requires courage and self-awareness. The hardest part of confidence is not showing it but believing it yourself. Genuine confidence shines without comparison, fake confidence crumbles under scrutiny. Confidence is quiet because it doesn't seek validation. True confidence is rooted in self-worth, not in outshining others. It's easy to act confident, but true strength comes from embodying it authentically. Faking confidence may fool others, but only true confidence will satisfy your soul. Societal norms often reduce confidence to a mere facade. True confidence isn't tied to validation or status, it comes from within. When confidence is shaped by societal norms, it becomes a mask, not a truth. True confidence thrives in authenticity, not in society's expectations. Confidence built on societal standards is fragile, real confidence stands on its own. The world teaches you to perform confidence, but true self-belief needs no audience. Societal norms create an illusion of confidence, but authenticity reveals its strength. True confidence doesn't seek approval, it finds peace in self-acceptance. Society's version of confidence is often just conformity in disguise. Genuine confidence exists beyond the constraints of societal expectations. Confidence isn't about fitting into norms, it's about breaking free from them. When confidence depends on status, it's a performance, not a reality. True love isn't about material possessions, lifestyle, or status. It's about a deep, genuine connection built on trust, respect, and understanding. You can't truly love someone who is only attracted to what you can offer on the surface. When someone's affection is tied to your wealth or social standing, it's not love, it's a transaction. Real love thrives in an environment of emotional support, shared values, and mutual growth. It's about seeing each other for who you truly are, not for what you bring to the table. True love isn't conditional, it's about finding someone who values you for your essence, not for what you can provide. Love is like a beautiful synergy, it flows effortlessly when two people are in harmony. It's never forced or manipulated, but rather grows naturally through mutual respect, understanding, and connection. When love is authentic, it creates a seamless bond where both individuals contribute to each other's well-being and growth. True love is not about trying to make things work, it's about finding the right balance where both hearts align and the connection strengthens with time. It's a partnership that feels effortless because it's built on genuine understanding and shared values. Love is a natural, effortless connection that grows organically between two people. It's not something you should have to persuade or convince someone of, it simply is. True love arises when two individuals align on a deeper level emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. When love is genuine, it flows freely, without force or manipulation. It's about mutual understanding, respect, and acceptance. If you have to convince someone to love you, it's not love, it's a longing for validation. Real love comes effortlessly, as a bond that deepens and strengthens naturally over time. Self-growth doesn't happen with a quick call, it begins with a powerful mindset shift. True growth starts within, it's not about reaching out, but reaching in. Self-growth is a journey that begins the moment your mindset changes. Transformation isn't dialed in, it's unlocked through self-awareness. The path to growth starts where excuses end and mindset begins. Your next level of growth isn't in someone else's words, it's in your own perspective. Real change doesn't start with action, it starts with intention. Self-growth is less about asking others and more about asking yourself the right questions. It's not about who you call, it's about the inner voice you choose to listen to. A shift in mindset is the only connection you need to start growing. The growth you seek begins with the way you think, not the number you dial. Success in the algorithm game is won through consistency, not just content. The algorithm rewards persistence. Keep posting, keep growing. To master the algorithm, consistency is your most valuable tool. The more you post, the more the algorithm works in your favor. Stay consistent, and the algorithm will take notice. Every post is a step toward mastering the algorithm and growing your audience. In the world of algorithms, consistency is the currency of success. Consistency in posting turns the algorithm into an ally. Post with purpose, post with consistency, let the algorithm do the rest. Consistency isn't just key, it's the secret to unlocking the algorithm's power. People will gravitate toward who they like, even when it defies logic. This is why comparing accomplishments is pointless. True connections and preferences can't be measured by achievements alone. Focus on your own journey
People's
instead.
preferences often defy logic, so why measure your worth through comparison? True connections aren't built on accomplishments but on authenticity. Stop comparing your journey to others. What truly matters can't be measured by achievements. People like who they like, and logic has little to do with it. Focus on being real, not measured. Comparing accomplishments is futile when connections are fueled by authenticity, not accolades. You can't find love with logic when their heart is anchored in misery. When someone is bonded to pain, your logic won't bridge the gap to love. Love and logic can't thrive where misery sets the foundation. You're building bridges with logic while they're anchored to despair. Never connect. Rational love can't coexist with someone emotionally bound to their sorrow. She's tied to her pain. You're seeking love with reason to parallel paths that never meet. Logic can't reach a heart entangled in misery. You can't rationalize love with someone whose heart is loyal to their suffering. Misery speaks a language logic will never understand. While you seek clarity, they find comfort in chaos. Love stands no chance. True peace and freedom come when you embrace and integrate free will into your life, choosing your path with intention and authenticity. Freedom begins where free will takes the lead. True peace is found in the choices you make for yourself. Living authentically means letting free will guide your journey. The key to freedom is choosing your path, not following someone else's. Peace is the reward of a life led by intentional choices. When free will and purpose align, freedom becomes inevitable. True liberation is creating your life on your own terms. The power of free will unlocks the doors to both peace and freedom. Freedom isn't given, it's claimed through the courage to choose. Authenticity thrives where free will is embraced. Talent starts the journey, repetition perfects the craft. Greatness isn't born, it's built through consistent practice. Talent opens the door, but repetition takes you all the way in. Repetition transforms potential into mastery. Good is a gift, great is a grind. Embrace the repetition. Skill is polished through repetition, not luck. What talent begins, repetition refines. Excellence isn't achieved by chance, it's earned through repetition. Repetition doesn't just make perfect, it makes unstoppable. Talent sets the foundation, but repetition builds the empire. True relationships are built on connection, not competition. Love isn't measured by ambition or income, it's felt in respect and trust. Success in love has nothing to do with matching paychecks. The heart doesn't care about salaries or titles, it seeks genuine connection. Love grows from shared values, not shared bank statements.
Ambition can drive careers, but it's kindness that fuels relationships. A strong connection beats financial compatibility every time. Real love isn't a transaction, it's an emotional investment. Choose a partner for their soul, not their salary. The richest relationships are built on authenticity, not ambition. True value is measured by character, not credentials. Love doesn't care about your alma mater. Degrees don't define compatibility, hearts do. Prestige fades, but genuine connection lasts forever. A diploma isn't a guarantee for a meaningful relationship. Love thrives on authenticity, not accolades. Relationships aren't built on a success, they're built on respect. Success in love isn't written on a certificate. Genuine connection outweighs any academic accomplishment. Your degree might open doors, but it won't open hearts. Never take relationship advice from someone who defines themselves by their money, status, or material possessions. True connection is built on authenticity, not wealth or image. Love built on wealth crumbles without it. Seek advice from hearts, not wallets. True connection isn't bought, it's earned. Avoid counsel from the shallow. A relationship rooted in materialism is a bond waiting to break. Status fades, but authenticity lasts. Take advice from those who value the latter. A person leading with possessions isn't leading with wisdom. Real relationships thrive on depth, not dollars. Trust advisors who understand the difference. Material possessions may dazzle, but they don't define love. Seek guidance from genuine souls. Money can't buy love or sound advice about it. Advice from the wealthy in spirit will always outshine advice from the wealthy in pockets. When someone leads with their wealth, follow your instincts and not their words. Independence didn't ruin your relationship, comparison did. True love thrives when celebrated, not measured against others. It's not independence that breaks bonds, but the weight of constant comparison. Love flourishes in acceptance, but withers under the shadow of comparison. Independence strengthens relationships, comparison tears them apart. Stop blaming independence. Comparison is the real thief of connection. A relationship isn't destroyed by two strong individuals, but by the act of measuring them against others. Comparison plants doubt where trust should grow. Independence empowers love, comparison erodes it. It wasn't freedom that ended it, it was the need to stack up against others. Strong relationships are built on individuality, not competition. Independence is the foundation of love, comparison is its undoing.
Enjoy your life daily and may it be filled with peace, free from the weight of comparison. Live each day fully, and let peace reign. Free from the burden of comparison, embrace your life every day, and let the weight of comparison fall away. Find joy in each day, and peace in knowing you are enough without comparison. Celebrate your life daily, and let peace replace the need for comparison. Live with gratitude each day, and let comparison have no place in your heart. Choose peace over comparison and joy over judgment. Every day, daily happiness begins with peace of mind, untouched by comparison. May your days be filled with joy, and may comparison never cloud your peace. Enjoy every moment, and let peace flourish when comparison fades away. Live freely each day, and let peace grow in a life free from comparison. The first step to self-love is freeing your mind from the comparison trap. Your worth isn't defined by comparison. Prioritize your own journey. Prioritize yourself by liberating your mind from the trap of comparison. Make self-growth your top priority, and watch everything else fall into place naturally. Focus on growing yourself, and everything else will align in time. When self-growth becomes your priority, the rest of life follows with ease. Invest in yourself first, and watch the world around you transform. Growth within is the foundation for everything else to fall into place. Prioritize your evolution, and everything else will fall into harmony. Self-growth is the key. Unlock everything else with it. When you nurture your growth, life naturally aligns with your purpose. Make your personal growth the priority, and watch the rest unfold effortlessly. Shift your focus to self-growth, and the pieces of your life will come together. True success starts within. Prioritize self-growth, and everything else will follow. Loyalty fades when you measure your worth against others. Comparison weakens loyalty, while authenticity strengthens it. Chasing comparison blinds you to the value of true loyalty. True loyalty thrives when we stop comparing and start embracing uniqueness. When you compete with others, you lose the loyalty of those who truly matter. Loyalty is built on trust, not comparison. Comparison breeds doubt. Loyalty thrives in authenticity. The race of comparison is where loyalty is lost, not won. Chasing someone else's path weakens the loyalty to your own. Loyalty is a bond, not a competition. Chasing comparison erodes loyalty.
Comparison steals peace, regardless of your bank balance. Wealth doesn't shield you from the chaos comparison brings. No amount of money can buy the peace lost to comparison. Whether rich or poor, comparison always disrupts inner calm. True peace isn't found in wealth, it's found in freedom from comparison. Comparison doesn't care about your net worth. It only cares about your peace. Money can't protect you from the turmoil comparison creates. Peace thrives when comparison dies, no matter your financial status. The richest soul is one free from the trap of comparison. Regardless of what you earn, comparison will always steal your serenity. Comparison is the currency of the selfish, spent to inflate their fragile sense of worth. For the selfish, accomplishments only shine when dimmed by the shadows of others. A selfish heart thrives not on its own success, but on the defeat it imagines in others. Selfish people don't celebrate their wins, they compare them to yours to feel victorious. True fulfillment comes from within. The selfish seek it in the mirrors of others' lives. The selfish mind measures success not by growth, but by being one step ahead of someone else. Validation for the selfish isn't in the accomplishment itself, but in proving others have less. A selfish person sees a trophy not as a symbol of success, but as a weapon in comparison. In the selfish world, happiness isn't earned, it's taken by diminishing others. Selfishness turns progress into a contest, robbing it of true joy. Meditation alone isn't enough, you also need to actively work on releasing the habit of comparing your accomplishments to others and letting go of past traumas. True growth comes from inner focus and freeing yourself from these mental burdens. Meditation is the start, but healing begins when you let go of comparisons and past pain. True peace comes not just from sitting still, but from releasing what holds your mind captive. Meditation opens the door. Letting go of comparisons and trauma helps you walk through it. You can't meditate your way to freedom without first freeing yourself. Stillness means nothing if your mind is filled with the noise of comparison and old wounds. Meditation guides the soul, but letting go of the past sets it free. Peace isn't found in meditation alone, it's in the release of the weight you've been carrying. Letting go of comparisons and trauma isn't just healing, it's liberation. Meditation helps you pause. Surrendering comparisons and pain helps you move
The journey
forward.
to inner peace begins with stillness and continues with self-liberation. People who constantly compare their accomplishments to others often live facades because their sense of worth is tied to external validation rather than internal fulfillment. They project an image of success to gain approval or admiration, masking insecurities and a lack of self-acceptance. By focusing on appearances, they avoid confronting deeper issues, creating a life that looks good on the surface but lacks genuine contentment or authenticity. A life built on comparison is a facade masking the cracks of insecurity. When self-worth depends on others, authenticity is the first thing lost. Those who compare live for the applause, not for the peace within. Facades thrive when the mirror of comparison replaces self-reflection. Chasing validation from others only builds walls around your true self. Comparison doesn't reveal success, it hides insecurity behind a polished mask. A facade is the armor of those who measure their worth by others' achievements. True happiness can't grow in the shadow of someone else's life. Living for comparison creates an illusion. Living for yourself creates freedom. In the pursuit of being better than others, many forget to be real with themselves. Greedy people compare their accomplishments to others because they derive their sense of value and satisfaction from outperforming or having more than others. This comparison feeds their desire for dominance, control, and validation. Instead of finding contentment in their own progress, they measure their worth through competition, using others as benchmarks to boost their own self-esteem or reinforce their perceived superiority. Greed thrives on comparison, for it sees value only in outshining others. The greedy measure their worth not by growth, but by how much they can surpass those around them. True satisfaction isn't in having more, it's in finding contentment with what you've earned. Greed turns success into a race, always comparing, never celebrating true achievement. The greedy mind finds value in competition, not in self-progress. When greed leads the way, comparison becomes the currency of self-worth. For the greedy, victory is hollow unless someone else is left behind. Greed seeks validation through comparison, never realizing true fulfillment is found within. The greedy find satisfaction not in their accomplishments, but in measuring them against others' failures. Chasing more to outdo others leaves the greedy empty, for comparison never fills the soul. Gossip is the disguise of those who compare to elevate their own worth. When words turn to gossip, comparison becomes a weapon to mask insecurity. People who gossip use comparison as a ladder to climb, only to find it leads nowhere. Gossip thrives on comparison, feeding the need to feel superior while hiding deeper insecurities.
Happiness fades when comparison takes center stage. True connection lies beyond it. The pursuit of joy is lost when intimacy becomes a contest of comparison. The gossiping mind builds itself up by tearing others down through comparison. Those who gossip measure success not by their own progress but by others' flaws. Gossip is a reflection of a person's need to compare rather than to appreciate their own journey. In the world of gossip, comparison becomes the tool for the insecure to feel powerful. Gossip isn't about others, it's about the desperate need to feel superior through comparison. People who gossip compare to feel important, yet never realize true worth is found in authenticity, not judgment. She will never discover fulfillment while measuring men against fleeting standards. True happiness isn't found in comparison but in genuine connection. Comparison poisons intimacy, only connection can bring contentment. Chasing validation through comparison only distances her from real love. Fulfillment comes from connection, not from stacking one against another. When comparison rules the heart, happiness has no room to thrive. Comparing women steals the joy of appreciating one. Happiness in love begins where comparison ends. She will never find happiness by comparing men sexually. True relationship wisdom doesn't come from comparisons but from understanding and connection. Taking advice from those who compare women sexually is like chasing love in a shallow pool. The best relationship advice comes from depth, not superficial comparisons. Wisdom in love grows from empathy, not judgment or comparison. Trust advice rooted in connection, not in the rankings of fleeting desires. When advice is born from comparison, it often leads to dissatisfaction. Healthy relationships are built on trust, not on superficial scales. The foundation of love crumbles under the weight of sexual comparisons. Seek guidance from those who value hearts, not measurements. Advice rooted in comparison leads to emptiness, not fulfillment. People stereotype others through comparisons because it's a way to simplify complex individuals or groups into more easily understandable categories. By comparing, they create mental shortcuts that make it easier to navigate the world, even if it means overlooking nuance. This often stems from a desire for control or comfort, as stereotypes provide predictability in situations where uncertainty exists. However, these comparisons can be harmful, reinforcing biases and perpetuating misunderstandings rather than fostering genuine understanding of each person's unique experiences. Stereotyping simplifies complexity, but it strips away the depth of true individuality. Comparisons may create shortcuts in our minds, but they often lead to misunderstandings. When we compare, we reduce people to categories, ignoring the richness of their experiences.
Stereotypes are a quick fix for complexity, but they fail to capture the full picture. People are not puzzles to be solved through comparison, they are stories to be understood. Stereotyping is the mind's way of finding certainty, but it often sacrifices truth. In seeking comfort through comparison, we lose the beauty of diversity and individuality. Stereotypes simplify the world, but they also erase the complexity of human experience. To understand someone fully, we must move beyond comparisons and embrace their uniqueness. Comparing people to stereotypes is a shortcut that leads to a dead end of misunderstanding. Comparing yourself to others undermines everything you've built in life. Focus on your own journey and growth instead. When you measure your worth against others, you diminish the value of your own journey. Comparing your progress to someone else's only erases the uniqueness of your own path. The moment you compare, you lose sight of the greatness you've already created. Your life is your own masterpiece. Don't let comparisons turn it into a replica. The only competition that matters is the one you have with your past self. Every time you compare, you risk overshadowing the uniqueness of your own achievements. Focus on your growth, not comparisons, or you'll lose the magic of your own success. By comparing yourself to others, you blind yourself to your own progress and potential. Your journey is unique. Don't let comparisons turn it into a distraction. True success is found in embracing your own path, not by measuring it against others. I'm not here to blend in, I'm here to stand out at my own pace. Life isn't a race, and I'm not competing. My journey is uniquely mine. Fitting in is overrated when you're built to stand apart. I refuse to rush or conform. I'm walking my path, not running someone else's race. The goal isn't to fit in or win a race, it's to live authentically and fully. I'm not chasing trends or approval. Life flows best when you go at your own speed. Why race to fit in when you're meant to carve your own lane? Fitting in is for those who forget they're already enough. I'm not in a race, and I'm not here to conform. I'm here to create my own rhythm. Standing true to myself matters more than keeping pace with others. Comparison is a sign of distraction. People at peace with their journey don't measure against others. When someone's life is on course, your path doesn't concern them. Those who focus on their own progress have no time to compare it to yours. Comparison is the loudest cry of dissatisfaction with one's own life. A fulfilled life has no room for envy or comparison.
People secure in their own journey don't look over their shoulder at yours. If they were content with their own life, yours wouldn't be their reference point. Comparison often reveals a lack of clarity in one's own purpose. Happy people build their own dreams, they don't measure them against others. A life well lived doesn't waste time comparing, it celebrates its own path. If their life was on track, they wouldn't feel the need to compare it to yours. Focus on your journey and let them figure out theirs. Financial independence begins when you invest with your own resources, not borrowed ones. To be your own bank, you must learn to grow your wealth without depending on debt. True financial freedom comes when you build your wealth from within, not from borrowed funds. Investing without debt is the first step towards becoming your own financial institution. You can't create sustainable wealth if you're constantly borrowing to invest. Build with what you have. Mastering self-funded investments is the key to unlocking your true financial power. Becoming your own bank means relying on your own capital, not debt, to fuel your growth. Financial freedom starts with investing from your own resources, not someone else's. To truly control your wealth, learn to invest without borrowing. This is where financial independence begins. Building wealth without debt is the foundation of being your own bank. You can't truly be your own bank until you master the art of investing without relying on borrowed money. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you free yourself from the fear of being manipulated or deceived. Comparison breeds insecurity. When you let it go, you reclaim your peace and clarity. Stop comparing and you'll stop worrying about others controlling your narrative. True freedom comes when you stop measuring yourself against others and start living for yourself. When you stop comparing, you stop giving others the power to influence your worth. Comparison creates doubt. Self-acceptance brings strength and clarity. Let go of comparisons and you'll find the confidence to navigate life without fear of manipulation. The moment you stop comparing, you take back control of your life and your peace. Comparison clouds judgment. When you embrace who you are, no one can play with your mind. When you stop comparing, the only opinion that matters is your own. Freedom from comparison is freedom from the fear of being misled or manipulated. Authentic growth comes when we stop comparing and start embracing our own journey. When we stop comparing, we create space for our true selves to shine and our progress to unfold. The less we compare, the more our true potential shows and our impact grows. Stop comparing, start creating, then watch your journey and your pages
True
thrive.
growth happens when you focus on your own path, not someone else's. When we let go of comparison, we unlock the power to cultivate our own unique success. Growth thrives in authenticity. Stop comparing, and your true journey will flourish. The moment you stop comparing, you start growing in ways you never imagined. Comparison stunts growth. Embracing your own path allows both you and your pages to bloom. Authenticity attracts growth. Stop comparing, and watch your story unfold naturally. If you're rushing through life, chances are you're trapped in the comparison game. Rushing through life often means you're measuring yourself against others, not your own pace. When you rush, you miss the beauty of your own journey. Stop comparing and start living. The race to keep up with others only steals the joy of your own path. Rushing is a sign of comparison. Slow down and embrace your unique timeline. Comparison breeds urgency. Peace comes when you embrace your own pace. Life isn't a race. If you're rushing, you might be comparing yourself to someone else's story. If you're hurrying, you're likely distracted by where others are. Focus on your own growth. Stop racing through life. Comparison keeps you running, but your own path leads to fulfillment. Rushing ahead often means you're not content with your own journey. Stop comparing. True progress is measured by personal growth, not by how quickly you match others. Focusing on your own growth is one of the hardest challenges, but it's also the most rewarding. It requires patience, dedication, and consistent practice. The path to personal growth is tough, but the rewards are worth every step. True growth demands patience, persistence, and the courage to focus on yourself. Focusing on your growth isn't easy, but it's the foundation for a fulfilled life. Personal growth takes time and practice, but the results are always worth the effort. The hardest battles lead to the greatest transformations. Focus on your own growth. Growth isn't instant, it's a journey that demands patience and dedication. The reward for focusing on your own growth is a stronger, wiser, and more fulfilled you. It's not easy to focus inward, but the practice of growth shapes your best self. Patience and persistence are the keys to unlocking your full potential. The most rewarding journey is the one where you focus on growing into your best self. You'll never be enough for those who compare you to others. Be enough for yourself. Stop chasing approval from those who measure you against others. Your worth is unique. You can't please people who compare. Focus on being true to yourself. Anyone can make a superficial relationship look perfect from the outside, but true connection goes deeper than appearances. Comparisons diminish your value only if you let them. Choose to see your own worth. Those who compare you to others don't see your uniqueness. Embrace it for yourself. Trying to meet the standards of comparison is a losing game. Be your own standard. People who compare will never value you fully. Learn to value yourself instead. Don't lose yourself trying to impress those who see you as a comparison, not a person. Your worth isn't found in comparisons, it's found in how you see yourself. You can't win at being someone else. Be the best version of yourself instead. Many podcasts today are just recycled ideas, amplifying comparison instead of inspiring authenticity. When originality fades, podcasts become an echo chamber of comparison culture. True value in podcasts comes from authenticity, not from regurgitating someone else's thoughts. The problem with some podcasts is they trade creativity for comparison and call it content. Podcasts that simply repeat others' ideas add noise, not insight. Authenticity is lost when podcasts prioritize trending comparisons over unique perspectives. A podcast without originality is just another voice feeding the comparison trap. The best podcasts inspire growth, not competition fueled by comparison culture. Repeating what others say isn't innovation, it's perpetuating a cycle of comparison. Comparison culture thrives when originality takes a backseat to imitation. Most of these podcasts are just echoing ideas they picked up from others, fueling a culture of comparison instead of originality. A picture-perfect relationship means nothing if the connection isn't real. It's easy to make a fake relationship look good. Building a genuine one takes effort. Appearances can be deceiving. True relationships are built on depth, not show. The sparkle of a superficial relationship fades. True connections shine forever. Anyone can fake a relationship, but authenticity can't be staged. Superficial love may look good on the outside, but real love thrives in the unseen. Real relationships don't need to be dressed up, they're beautiful in their truth. Perfect exteriors often hide imperfect connections. Seek depth, not appearances. Genuine love doesn't need an audience, it flourishes in quiet authenticity. True connection is felt, not flaunted, it goes beyond the surface. Some people are like clouds, life clears up when they're gone. The sun shines brighter once certain people walk away. Like clouds, some people are only meant to pass through your life. Sometimes, losing people feels more like gaining clarity. Not all losses are bad, some bring brighter days. When certain people leave, it's like the sky finally clearing up. The best part about some people leaving is the peace they leave behind.
Some people are like storms, better appreciated from a distance. A brighter day often follows the departure of the wrong people. Like clouds, some people's absence lets the light back in. Some people are like clouds, when they disappear, it's a much brighter day. People who constantly seek attention often thrive on negative talk, using it to fuel their financial gain. In a society driven by comparison culture, attention seekers profit from negativity, turning comparison culture into their currency. In a world driven by comparisons, some thrive by monetizing the negativity they attract. For some, negative talk isn't a burden, it's a business strategy. In a comparison-obsessed culture, attention seekers know the game. Turn criticism into cash. In the era of comparison culture, some people chase attention not for validation, but for the profit that comes with negativity. Comparison culture fuels those who turn every negative comment into financial opportunity. In a world of comparison, even negativity becomes a resource for those who crave attention. Attention thrives on negativity, and some are experts at turning it into a payday. For attention seekers, every critique is just another deposit in the bank of comparison culture. Negativity isn't a setback for some, it's their strategy. In a world obsessed with comparisons, generational curses can't truly be broken until we free ourselves from the chains of comparison culture. Breaking generational curses starts with breaking free from the grip of comparison culture. True freedom from generational curses begins when we stop measuring our worth against others. Comparison culture keeps generational curses alive. Liberation comes through self-awareness. The chains of generational curses are strengthened by the need to compare. Break the cycle. To heal generations, we must escape the trap of comparison and embrace our unique paths. Generational freedom starts where comparison ends. Comparison culture fuels the cycles we're trying to break. Choose individuality over imitation. Breaking free from generational curses means stepping out of the shadow of comparison. Healing begins when we value our own journey over comparisons with others. Generational curses thrive in comparison culture. Freedom lies in self-acceptance. Comparison culture acts as an excuse for people to invade others' personal lives and judge their choices. Comparison culture gives people the excuse to meddle in others' lives and pass judgment. When comparison culture thrives, personal boundaries become an invitation for others to judge. People hide behind comparison culture to justify intruding on others' personal journeys. Comparison culture encourages people to forget boundaries and focus on critiquing others' lives. In a world obsessed with comparison, privacy becomes a casualty of judgment.
Comparison culture turns curiosity into judgment, giving people a reason to invade your personal space. Some use comparison culture as a way to disguise their need to control and criticize others. Comparison culture blurs the lines between self-reflection and the urge to judge others' paths. Behind the veil of comparison, people often seek to impose their standards on others. Comparison culture creates a world where judgment replaces understanding and privacy is disregarded. People often use relationship status as a subtle way to measure their worth against others' achievements. Relationship status is often just a backdrop for comparing life's supposed milestones. People sometimes measure their success by who they're with, rather than who they've become. Using relationship status as a gauge for achievement is just another form of comparison. Some view relationship status as a trophy, a way to measure their life against others' journeys. When we compare relationships, we forget that true worth isn't tied to someone else's timeline. Relationship status can be a mask, hiding the real comparisons we make about our lives. People often tie their accomplishments to relationship status, mistaking connection for success. It's easy to get caught in the trap of using relationships to compare, but fulfillment comes from within. Using a relationship as a benchmark for success only fuels the comparison game, not true growth. Your worth isn't defined by your relationship status. Don't let comparison trick you into thinking otherwise. The biggest issue in relationships is the fear of openly telling your partner that being compared to others is hurtful and unwelcome. A strong relationship thrives on honesty, not silent resentment over comparisons. The fear of addressing comparisons creates distance where trust should grow. Love struggles when one partner feels reduced to comparisons they never asked for. In relationships, unspoken truths about comparisons often cause the deepest wounds. The hardest conversations, like stopping comparisons, often lead to the strongest bonds. Relationships falter when partners are too afraid to say, "Don't compare me to others." Love grows where comparisons stop and mutual respect begins. True connection requires the courage to call out comparisons and seek understanding. Avoiding the conversation about comparisons only adds cracks to the foundation of love. Healthy relationships are built on acceptance, not the shadow of constant comparisons. Never take relationship advice from people who keep their own relationships shrouded in mystery. The best advice comes from open hearts, not closed doors. Mystery in their love life means uncertainty in their wisdom. A hidden relationship can't teach you clarity.
Never trust a compass held by someone lost in their own journey. Every experience is just a phase or chapter in the story of your life, but the journey of learning continues endlessly. Life's chapters may end, but the lessons they hold are eternal. Every phase is temporary, but the wisdom it brings lasts forever. The story of life is written in chapters, but learning is the thread that binds them all. Phases fade, chapters close, but growth has no final page. Experiences are fleeting, but the knowledge they leave behind is timeless. The loudest lessons often come from the quietest moments. Growth begins when comfort ends. Your mind is a garden. Tend to the thoughts you want to grow. Wisdom isn't in knowing everything but in understanding what matters most. A mistake is only a failure if you learn nothing from it. Patience isn't the ability to wait, it's the grace to keep moving forward while you do. Clarity comes when you stop running from yourself. The strongest foundations are built on lessons learned, not victories won. You don't have to see the whole path to take the first step forward. True strength is the ability to remain kind in a harsh world. The impossible is only a challenge waiting for someone brave enough to believe it can be done. When you believe in the impossible, you make it inevitable. The greatest feats are often those that were once thought to be impossible. What others call impossible, you can call a possibility in progress. The impossible becomes possible when you refuse to accept limits. The path to the impossible begins with the courage to try. To accomplish the impossible, first imagine it, then make it real. Impossible is just a word for things not yet achieved. True achievement starts where others give up, in the realm of the impossible. The impossible isn't a barrier, it's an invitation to redefine what's possible. Find a passion so strong that it drowns out the need to compare your accomplishments to anyone else's. True passion silences the noise of comparison. When you're driven by purpose, competition becomes irrelevant. A meaningful passion is the antidote to comparison. Focus on what sets your soul on fire, not what others have achieved. Comparison fades when you're fueled by your own purpose. Chase your passion, not someone else's success. The strongest achievements come from passion, not competition. When you love what you do, there's no room for envy. Your journey shines brightest when it's driven by your unique passion. Find your fire and let it burn brighter than the need to compare. Resilience is the wellspring of strength hidden within. You just have to tap into it. Your resilience is boundless, waiting for the moment you decide to rise. True resilience isn't found, it's forged in the depths of your spirit. Within you lies infinite resilience, a quiet force ready to conquer any storm.
Seek solace in love songs, yet chase money to fill the silence in our lives. Love songs speak to the heart, but many spend their lives chasing what the wallet holds. Dig deep, and you'll discover that resilience has no limits. Resilience is the quiet power that turns adversity into triumph. The deeper you search within, the stronger your resilience grows. Resilience is the treasure you uncover when you refuse to give up. Your strength is endless when fueled by the resilience within you. Infinite resilience lies in believing you can rise again no matter the fall. The best relationships thrive on support, not comparison or competition. True connection happens when there's no race to outshine each other. A partner who values you for who you are, not who you're compared to, is priceless. The real upgrade is finding someone who celebrates you, not competes with you. Love grows strongest where there's no room for rivalry. Mutual respect beats silent competition every time. The perfect match is someone who sees your worth without measuring it against theirs. Great relationships aren't about being better than one another, they're about being better together. A relationship free from comparison is a space where love and trust can truly flourish. The ultimate partnership is built on lifting each other up, not keeping score. In the rhythm of love songs, we find warmth, while in the pursuit of money, we search for security. People sing of love, but often work for wealth, as if both can fill the same void. We long for the connection in love songs, yet seek the distance in material success. Love songs remind us of what we crave, but money often defines how we try to attain it. The melody of love stirs our hearts, but the chase for money keeps us moving forward. Love songs are the soundtrack to our desires, while money becomes the measure of our success. In love, we search for meaning, but in money, we search for control. Love songs whisper of what we need, while money often speaks louder about what we think we want. Money takes all your time, leaving love to wait in the wings. In the chase for wealth, love often becomes the sacrifice. Success may demand all your time, but it's love that should never be neglected. Money is a constant pull, but love is the quiet passenger waiting to be noticed. When money takes the wheel, love is left in the rear view. The pursuit of wealth often sidelines the pursuit of love. Money has a way of consuming time, but love is the lasting treasure we overlook. While money demands attention, love patiently waits for its turn. In the race for success, love often takes the backseat, quietly waiting its turn. Money may own your time, but love is the true currency of the soul. Money builds empires, but it also has the power to tear them down. What money creates, it can just as easily erase.
Wealth can construct, but it's just as capable of destruction. Money may give, but it also takes away everything it has built. The power to create is matched only by the power to destroy when it comes to money. Money shapes the world, but it also has the strength to undo it. In the hands of greed, creation becomes destruction. What money builds today, it can dismantle tomorrow. Money can create comfort, but it often sows the seeds of chaos. Money's creations are fragile, as it holds the power to unravel them at will. The loudest voices on social media often lack the wisdom of quiet reflection. If someone can't manage their own privacy, how can they help you manage your relationship? True relationship wisdom isn't broadcast, it's lived. Public drama rarely produces private solutions. Airing dirty laundry online is not the mark of a clean perspective. Relationships thrive on trust and respect, not likes and shares. Those who live for the spotlight rarely understand the strength of the shadows. Social media drama is entertainment, not expertise. The best advice comes from those who solve problems in silence, not with an audience. Private stability speaks louder than public spectacle. Never take relationship advice from people who air all their personal drama on social media. If they can't handle their own relationships privately, they're not qualified to guide yours. Be cautious when taking relationship advice from those who struggle to manage their own desires. True wisdom comes from self-awareness and emotional maturity. The most insightful relationship advice comes from those who have mastered themselves, not just their desires. Before seeking advice, ensure the source has learned to balance their own passions. True wisdom in relationships comes from self-control, not from unchecked impulses. Don't trust advice from those who haven't learned to navigate their own desires. Their guidance may lead you astray. Mastering desires is key to understanding relationships. Listen to those who have walked that path. True love thrives in simplicity, not in spectacle. Love doesn't seek attention. It seeks understanding. Hype fades, but a real connection lasts forever. Love is quiet yet profound, built on moments, not performances. Genuine love is felt in the soul, not displayed for the crowd. The beauty of love lies in its authenticity, not its noise. True love whispers where hype shouts. Connection is the heartbeat of love, hype is just static. Love is the unspoken bond, not the grand announcement. When it's real, love doesn't need a spotlight, it shines on its own. Life is short, and every moment counts. We can't afford to give up on what truly matters. Life is fleeting, make every moment a testament to your resilience. When time is limited, giving up is never an option. In the short span of life, persistence is our greatest
Every
strength.
second is precious, use it to rise, not retreat. Life's brevity reminds us to fight for what we believe in. Even in life's shortness, there's always time to keep moving forward. Giving up wastes the gift of life's fleeting moments. The clock is ticking, make it count by never surrendering. Life's brevity is a call to action, not to retreat. Every heartbeat is a chance to keep striving, don't let it go to waste. Rushing might feel logical, but true success comes from the patience to get it right the first time. In the race to succeed, patience is the key that unlocks true mastery. Rushing gets you there fast, but patience ensures you arrive with precision. Success isn't about speed, it's about doing it right from the start. Quick fixes may seem tempting, but lasting results are built with patience. It's not about how fast you go, but how carefully you craft your journey. Patience in the process often leads to the success others rush to achieve. The quickest path to success isn't always the fastest. It's the most thoughtful. Rushing may give you instant results, but patience brings enduring success. It takes patience to do things right the first time, and that's where real success lies. Success isn't a sprint, it's a well-paced journey that values precision over haste. I don't waste my time comparing or trying to change others. I own my time and focus on my own path. I don't compare or try to change others. I invest my time in growing my own journey. My time is mine to own, not to spend on comparisons or changing others. I've learned that the only path worth focusing on is my own. No time for comparisons. No energy for change, just a commitment to my own growth. I choose to own my time and shape my life, not spend it on what others do. The only person I'm focused on changing is the one I see in the mirror. Comparing and changing others is a distraction. I prioritize mastering my own path. I don't need to change others. I just need to keep moving forward with my time. My energy goes into self-growth, not into altering the course of others. I own my time, and I use it to create the life I want, without comparing it to anyone else's. Focusing on changing others only drains my energy and undermines my masculinity. I choose to invest in my own growth and find peace within myself. Changing others pulls me off course. I find my strength in focusing on my own growth. When I try to change others, I lose the energy I need to build myself. My masculinity thrives when I invest in myself, not when I try to reshape others. I don't need to change anyone but myself to find peace and strength. Focusing on others' flaws drains me. I grow stronger when I focus on my own journey. True strength lies in self-improvement, not in altering the paths of others. When I focus on changing others, I forget the power of shaping my own destiny. The energy I waste on changing others is better spent growing into the man I want to be. I don't need to change others to feel strong. My masculinity is built on my own growth. By focusing on myself, I preserve my energy and sharpen my strength. I'm thankful for a job that allows me to focus on my own growth, not changing others. True fulfillment comes from being authentic, not from trying to alter those around me. I find pride in being myself, not in changing others to fit a mold. Gratitude comes from a job that respects who I am, without forcing me to change others. When I'm true to myself, work becomes easier, and life feels more rewarding. I don't need to change others to succeed. Being myself is enough. The best part of my job is knowing I don't have to change a thing about who I am. I take pride in staying true to myself. Changing others is never my role. My authenticity is my strength, and I'm grateful my job respects that. In a world that often pressures change, I'm proud to be unwaveringly me. When we idolize the shallow, we become prisoners of comparison. The comparison game is unwinnable when we admire those who play it. True freedom begins when we stop glorifying fools and start valuing authenticity. A culture of comparison thrives on misplaced admiration. Breaking the cycle of comparison starts with choosing wisdom over folly. Admiration directed at the unworthy fuels the endless loop of self-doubt. In a world of comparison, the fool becomes king, but only to those who follow. The antidote to comparison is admiring truth, not illusions. The endless cycle of comparison begins with misplaced admiration. We free ourselves when we stop measuring our worth by the standards of fools. Authentic masculinity builds love. Wealth only imitates its power. True masculinity thrives in love, not in the illusion of wealth. Love is the foundation of real masculinity. While money crafts a hollow image, the world glorifies the facade of masculinity built on money. Yet real strength lies in love. Genuine masculinity is rooted in love. Society often mistakes riches for strength. Money made by admiration, but only true masculinity earns love. Real masculinity isn't measured by wealth but by the love it inspires. Society celebrates the illusion of wealth, but love reveals the essence of masculinity. True masculinity radiates love. Money can only mimic its light. Masculinity rooted in love is timeless and like the fleeting allure of
Thank you
wealth.
for joining Fidel Gaming today. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content. Until next time, take care and keep spreading words of wisdom.